Welcome to online tutor live stream Tally Prime class. Today I'm going to explain you very basic concepts of Tally Prime, which is very useful for you. Those who are beginners, you can learn more about it, the Tally Prime. Okay. So today the sessions are very easy to handle it. I will show you the few things. One is Tally Prime basics, which is very useful for you. So how do we start Tally Prime? First, I would like to start Tally Prime to create the master first. What do you mean that master? Master is the primary data for the any software. Without master, you cannot do any transactions. So master is very important. You have to keep always first. After you create the master, next you can create the transactions. After the transactions, you can make the report. First, how do we start the master? So now we can go to create ledger and you can create the ledger name. Example, I say the ledger name is capital account under capital. Okay, this is a very beginning ledger you can create for your company. So what do you mean that capital? Capital is the initial investment which is using for to start a business. To start a business. So here you have to choose the group. So what do you mean that group? In Tally Prime, we have predefined groups. There are 28 predefined groups are available. In 28 predefined groups, you can use for your ledger. Suppose by mistake, if you choose a wrong group, so what will happen? Your ledger amount will be posted in a wrong place. So you always keep in mind to carefully choose the group. By your experience, you can choose a group. But now I will help you how to choose a group. Now capital under capital account. So other detail you can skip. The next we go with the purchase account. So what do you mean that purchase account? So purchase is your raw material purchase. If you are a commercial unit, raw material purchase and sales account under sales. Under sales account it will come. Next, you can create a petty cash account, which is very useful account. Already the petty cash is available. If anything is already created, the name already exists. That message you can see. So once the name is created, you cannot recreate. You can only edit. Okay. So I hope you all of you understand how to create a master in Tally Prime. How to modify the ledgers. You can go to Alter and choose the ledger and which ledger you want to edit. For example, I want to edit the petty cash account. I can go with the petty cash. You can see the petty cash and you can choose whatever you want. So this is the way you can alter your ledger. So master creation is very simple step in Tally Prime. You can use a simple way. Okay. And after you create your ledgers and other things, you can create everything. You can see the chart of accounts. You go to chart of accounts. You can go to chart of accounts, ledger, and you can click ledger view. So in ledger view, you can see your chart of accounts. There are different ledgers you can see there. One is your accounting masters, your ledger name and under group, whatever you have, all this detail you can see here. As a beginner, you are struggling in this area only. So how do you identify the group? How do we create a ledger? So as a beginner, how do we start your accounting process? The very first thing is you first identify your transactions. Once you identify your transactions, next you go with the you can another things you can find out the right account at the right place. You can find out the right account at the right place that you can use for it. Okay. After you choose the right account, then you can choose the voucher as you like. Okay. So again, I explain you how to create accounting master. First, you create a ledger. You go to create ledger. You create the ledgers whatever you want. And next, you want to alter the ledger. You go to again gateway of tally, alter, and you can choose the ledger you want to alter it. And if you want to see how many ledgers you have created, you go to chart of accounts, ledger, and click ledger view that you can see how many ledgers you have been created. All this list you can see here. Okay. I hope you have learned the level one how to create accounting masters in Tally Prime. So some of you have already knowledge in that, but you don't know how to create a multiple ledger. How do we do the multiple ledger creations? Very simple. You go to chart of accounts, you go to ledger. So there is a one key called multi-masters and you can create multiple ledgers, which means the single ledger we can create only one ledger at the time. But in multiple ledger, we can create multiple ledgers you can create. At the same time, we can create multiple ledgers. For example, in the previous one, we created only one ledger, okay, one by one. But in this case, we can create multiple ledgers. At the same time, we create multiple customers' name, multiple supplier name. So whatever you want, you can create in the multiple mode. And multiple mode not only for creation, the same multiple mode you can use for the multiple alterations also. You can also create the multiple alteration. So no problem. You can also do the multiple alteration also available in Tally Prime. So as a beginner, you must have knowledge on these particular things. The master creation. The master is a very important one for Tally Prime. The next step, I'm going to show you how to record your transactions. Once you create a ledger, the ledgers are ready. Next, I'm going to record my transactions. Today, in market, we have multiple softwares are available. Very few softwares only user friendly. So Tally Prime is one of the user friendly application. So if you use that, you will see the benefit of the Tally Prime. So what do you mean that voucher? So voucher generally we called as a journal entry. In manual accounting system, we called as a the thing was called as manually is called as a journal entry. It's okay. You can see that multiple things, multiple way. For example, I want to record a particular journal. First, you choose the voucher. How do we choose the voucher? You can select the contra, payment, receipt, journal, sales, and purchase. These are all the voucher types available. You can use any one of the voucher type for your transactions. Generally, in your accounting process, you may have multiple transactions. The transaction can be classified into two types. One is cash transactions, another one credit transactions. Other way you can call cash transactions, non-cash transactions. When you have a cash transactions, you have to check whether cash inflow or cash outflow. When money inflow, you can go the receipt voucher. When money go out, you can use the payment voucher. So all your expenses and income will come in the payment. All your all your income will come in the receipt. All your expenses and your expenses purchase will come in the payment. And what do you mean that contra? So contra is a contra is a contra is a bank and a cash transactions. When you have a bank and cash transactions, you can use the contra voucher. So suppose when you deposit the money, when you withdraw the money, you can use the contra voucher. Okay. So suppose I am depositing money or withdraw the money, you can use the contra voucher. Okay. So now you are seeing in the screen is a single entry mode. How to make this one as a double entry mode? It's very simple. You go to change mode and choose double entry mode. It's very simple. Earlier, we have a lot of options we have to do it. But today, Tally Prime made everything easy. Easily, you can switch over. You can switch between single mode and multiple mode whenever you want. Similarly, for the receipt also, for payment also, you can use the same thing. You can use the same thing. Okay. So let me explain again. If you want to change single entry mode, you go to change mode and use single entry mode. If you want to go to multiple mode, you go to change mode. You go to double entry system, which is very useful for you. Okay. So as a beginner, you must aware of that. What is single entry mode? What is double entry mode? Single entry mode, we are not bothered about the debit and credit positions. Okay, but usually it is for the small type of companies can use it. Small type of company can use it. Okay, but for a big companies, we cannot use the single entry mode because it is not a complete method. It's not. It's an incomplete method, incomplete record. So that is why Tally is giving you two options. One is single entry mode and multiple mode. I recommended always double entry mode is best for you because you know what happening, which is coming, which is going, who is receiving, who is paying, and what comes in, what goes out. Everything you can get it from the double entry mode. Okay, so don't worry on that. Okay, okay. Now let me explain what is buy and what is two. You already studied in your basic accounts concept buy and two. So usually debit and credit. So what do you mean that debit? Debit is always one side, credit is another side. Okay. So we are using following some rules and regulation, golden rules in accounting concept. One is there are three type of accounts. One is personal account, real account, and nominal account. So in personal account, whatever the person, whoever is giving benefit, you can credit their name. Receiving person name, you can give the debit, and in real, what comes in is debit, what goes out is credit. For nominal, all expenses debit, all income is credit. Okay, so that is the way you can follow it, and you can uh, see the rules and regulation later also. Okay, so if you're not aware of this kind of things, you please go to our basic account concept video available in the channel. You can learn whatever you want. Okay, once you learn it, then you can see the things. Okay, today I plan to conduct the online class uh, in a simple way. I'm not to continue 1 hour class. First, this is testing thing. We are first testing the class. Okay, okay with that. The next time we will plan at least 1 hour class, explain the new concept in Teleprime and what are the new things available. Okay, so thank you for watching.